Undertale. I don't think it needs an introduction. Most people know it. Many people in my age group love it. Every sensible, refined gentleman wants to crack Toriel, which does not make you a furry. The game is iconic for many reasons that aren't Tumblr. Please don't check Tumblr. I could tell you about all the characters that are extremely well written. I could talk about Dr. Mangala, I'm in Alphys, and the other characters that are written so compellingly with such complexities that I say this with no exaggeration. With my chest, I felt sympathy for a child murderer, that being King Asgore, who is like top 5 character, by the way, top 5 character in the verse. He only kills 6 kids. You round that down and that's like 0 kids. So basically he killed 0 kids. And he has like a banger track and a banger fit, and he has a banger weapon. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. No limit to the glaze. Then there's the soundtrack that I promise you have heard once in your life, even if you don't think you have. It's the other song that is in every video essay. If it's not Minecraft, it's this one. Or if you're someone my age, you could not escape this music on Vine. It was everywhere, especially Mid-Lovania. And I said it properly. Mid-Lovania. The song isn't bad, right? I'm not saying that. That'd be a crazy take. But Death by Glimmer and Bone Trazzle are right there in the corner, sitting like forgotten redheaded stepchildren, bro. And they're better tracks. Like, come on now. The entire OST of this game is arguably, and since I would argue it, it is arguable because you know me, I am the bearer of opinions. It is arguable the OST is a top 5 video game soundtrack of all time. And if you disagree, argue with your mother. Finally, there's the story, the deconstructive story that I've seen so many videos about. It takes the classic tropes of this genre, of the grinding, killing enemies for XP, for leveling up, to get through the game. Like, it takes that concept and flips it on its head. Because now EXP is execution points, leveling up is levels of violence. And the monsters that you kill are just not around anymore to talk to. So it turns a mirror on the player and directly asks, how violent are you willing to become in a world with no consequences, since it's just a game? Very similar, actually, to the question that Spec Ops The Line asks, which different media, but coming to the same conclusion. That's very interesting. Now, for me, as a Hearts of Iron 4 player,
Quick question for you. Do you like eating crayons? Is that what you did all game? I don't like
genocide is second on the list after cooing the government, so it wasn't really that complex. But for most gamers, that's a pretty difficult moral challenge. The themes of the game deepen because it is a choice-based game. Your choices impact the world. And I know for all you dispatch players out there, that's a little scary. But hold on, stick with me, I will hold your hand. If you go on a King Von run, then the world becomes empty. There are no NPCs around you to interact with, like I said before. All the bosses that fight you fight extra hard because now they know that you are there to just wipe them out. So they fight with everything. And you get to meet a new secret character at the end who's like your evil alter ego, that being Chara. While a peaceful run, you explore new locations because you've earned the trust of the people. Since you didn't just walk around and double pump their family and emote them, they actually want you to be in places. With all that being said, am I riding this game a little hard? The answer to that question is no. I'm riding it harder. No pause. Fast forward. Most of what I'm saying is pretty objective. Like, you could argue some of this stuff, but I think most of what I've said is widely agreed by anyone that has played the game or anyone that knows anything about the game. But if you haven't forgotten the title, I have not played this game. I haven't played this game since it came out, and there are a few reasons for that. So, for one, Undertale is not unique. I've done this with plenty forms of media. I like good storytelling. End all be all. I like good storytelling. That can come in any form of media. Game, book, movie, show. I just care if it's good storytelling. I have done the same thing with Fallout, but Bethesda is. Anyway, BioShock, Five Nights at Freddy's. I have not played any of those games. None of them. I've consumed enough about the lore to hold a conversation with an actual fan that has played those games, because I think the lore for those games is so very interesting, if not severely convoluted when it comes to FNAF's case, but that's a whole nother conversation. So, Undertale is not unique. Then, there's the fact that when this game was out, I was a little jit Malang Fokatugan. I was young enough for sparks to fly in my prefrontal cortex. Things were hitting, bouncing around there, but I was still in that phase of anyone older than me knows what they're talking about. So I didn't have my own opinions. I was just consuming what everyone else was telling me. And my sister was really, really into the game. So it became like a bonding experience between me and my sister that we both watched Undertale. But my sister was more engaged in the AU part of the game. Now, translated from autism to English, that is alternate universe. So I remember being in her room watching Underswap comic dubs, or, her discussing the error slash ink. Yeah, error slash ink rivalry with me, and I thought that was really cool. I especially remember being in her room watching Glitch which was an AU, but it was animated, unlike a comic strip. It was actually animated, and it was really sick. It was my JJK. Like, Gaster literally has hollow purple. It's crazy. It was animated by Camilla Cuevas. Loki, I don't know. I think she has like Epstein allegations, so I'll leave that there. But yes, Glitchtail, I have very fond memories of that. But after I grew and like watched people play the game, this might be the take that gets me hung and quartered, but I think the gameplay is boring. Now,
No, that sounds bad.
hear me out. It's not like indie horror game level boring. Like, it's not Bendy and the Ink Machine where he's just walking around with an axe. But it's not my cup of tea. There are three core components of the game. There's the turn-based aspect. I have never liked turn-based combat. That's the reason I haven't played a Pokemon game or a Persona game, because I've just never liked turn-based combat, or a Fire Emblem. But also, they don't need any more. They have like 8 million characters in Smash. So I basically played a Fire Emblem game. I understand the appeal is like you're managing your team, so it kind of becomes like a form of chess. You're making moves that counter moves the opponent while managing your whole team, but I would rather be strapped down to the chair in Clockwork Orange and watch a bunch of tortoises race. It's so very boring. Then you have the platforming bit, because when you get attacked in Undertale, it becomes a platformer. That looks fun, but it also looks difficult to be difficult. That platform bullet hell thing, I've played games like that. I played Cuphead, very good, but the square in Undertale is so cramped that I feel as if it is not difficult fun in the way that a Souls game or Cuphead is. It's just difficult, like I'm going to hurt the next person I see difficult. It makes you angry to make you angry. Your cortisol will get high in for what type game. And maybe I'm wrong on that, but it just doesn't look that great. Then there's the visual novel aspect, because you talk to the NPCs and you're supposed to actually foster a connection with them. And that's cool. I'm not an Adderall craving toddler. I am literate. I do read. But I am a JJK fan, so I don't read. With all that being said, I will leave you with words of wisdom. For casual people, I think we just need to normalize things not being for you. It is not a crime for something to not be for you. You just need to be realistic about it. I played Elden Ring for like an hour. And in that hour, I came to the conclusion, this game is not for me. This is not a game that I would play. And maybe I'll give it another try, but this is not a game I would play. That does not mean the game is bad. The graphics look beautiful. It has so much lore to consume that's super interesting. The boss designs look sick. There's hella exploration. The game is not bad. It's just not for me. For my fellow LARPers,
I'm Asa.
we get a bad rep, which is fair because I've seen some pretty horrendous takes from people that could not have watched the show. Dudes saying Invincible is bad because they've seen the clip of like a mortal getting dragged to Earth or the funeral procession of Emperor Argol floating down to Viltrum. And just saying, oh, the show is bad, Invincible's so bad, how is this even watchable? Like, they just need to stretch that budget to its absolute limit. And the fact that they have Jack Wade on Gravitator for the next season, they will continue to stretch that budget. But that does not make the show bad, it just means it's poorly animated. And then like the takes from people that just did not watch The Boys but only saw the Homelander edits are tragic, bro. Like talking about why'd they make Homelander so pathetic and not cool and lame. He was always pathetic and not cool and lame. Dude, season 1 he was talking about mama's milk and he wasn't trying to get it from a bottle. So
what the hell?
He's always been that way. Just because the final season is bad does not mean that they ruined Homelander's character. Other than the whole scorched earth thing, and then he destroys an office. That's pretty bad. But let me break it down and give you the commandments of an ethical LARPer like myself, because I LARP ethically, and there will be no debate. I am the first and only ethical LARPer. So let me give unto you. Yes. Testament uno. Don't get your info off of 30-second TikToks. Watch actual videos of people that know what they're talking about. Please, like people that have read the thing or watched the thing, like please watch stuff about the content from people that know what they're talking about. I beg. 2, speak to people that are in the community that you are LARPing so that you know that your takes are not outrageous, like your ears are to the ground. What I said in this video might be an outrageous take. If I went to an Undertale convention tomorrow, I think they would make me the 7th soul to give to Asgore. Low-key, I think I've said some crazy stuff here. But I also said things that are widely agreed upon. So try to keep your finger on the pulse of the community as much as possible. Trace, and this is just a general argument for everyone, don't make something your whole personality. But if you are going to make something your whole personality, some form of media, please actually watch the thing that you're making your whole personality. Do not LARP something and then make the thing you LARPed your personality. That's stupid. You're stupid. 4, uno, dos, tres, cuatros. Do not gatekeep other people from enjoying the thing that you are LARPing. That is stupid. That's a stupid thing to do. That's dumb. Don't do that. That's dumb. You trying to keep it niche does not make any sense. Everyone needs to eat, bro. Like, keeping it niche is not giving the creator money, bro. The creator does not want to keep it niche. And you're not even in the community. You're not in the community, so you trying to keep it niche. You're speaking for a whole community that you're not even in. You're giving them a bad rap for something they never said. If you follow all these tenets of LARPing, I put them on a stone tablet. If you follow all these tenets, then I promise you can embrace my ways and become an ethical LARPer and be a functioning member of society. So, in conclusion, tutorials. Oh, also, you should probably subscribe to my thing. I didn't say that the last time. You should probably like and subscribe, fellas. I'll be the first, I'll be Black Mr. Beast. That's what I'll do. That's what I'm doing.